Hello, everybody. Welcome to our open office hours. This topic was scheduled for, I want to say October of last year, October or
Mhm.
November, but we had to reschedule it due to a doggy emergency in Kim's family. It happens.
It happens.
But it was a topic that everybody was like, yes, please bring this topic back. We want to hear about it. I think they were a little sad that we did an AMA that day instead of this topic. So,
Oops.
Kim, what are we talking about?
Yes. So we're talking about win back campaigns, re-engaging past members. So what can you do to keep people who have churned, who have left your membership? What can you do to re-engage and win them back? A lot of what you're doing in this beginning is like growing the number of people attracted in your membership, but there are reasons people churn that maybe you can combat, and maybe learning from why people churn will even help you retain the people that are currently paying you. So this is all kind of cyclical. It all interplays with one another. The same things we're going to talk about here can also help you attract new members, because it's all about messaging and learning from what people saw is lacking in your membership. So we'll see. I hope we can dive in. This is another one of those, we have slides, which is new for us. Sam had slides last week. I have slides
Yep.
today. I promise we're not turning into like corporate webinar people. It's just sometimes it helps to have something. We can share the PDF also in the Slack community, Sam, after.
Yeah,
And of
absolutely.
course, all
And
the links.
mine as well. I can share mine too. I did
Yeah.
not offer that, but absolutely, we can share.
And they're very light slides, so don't feel like you're at college looking at your professor giving you a presentation today. So yeah. We do have a large article. Sam can share the link uh, with a bunch of ideas for why people churn and retention ideas. Some of that I'll cover today. I think there's things in this article I'm not even going to touch on. I'm trying to give you like a really specific strategy, not only, like I said, to help you reduce churn and improve your win back campaign, but also maybe to improve messaging overall for your site. So read this article later. Don't get overwhelmed. It's a long one, but there's just a lot involved here and a lot of caveats to the type of membership you have that you'll want to think about.
We did have a couple people submit questions prior to the live stream. So I think at least one of them is related. So if you're here, let us know so we can definitely answer that. If not, we'll get back to you via email.
I have to pull that up, Sam. Was that in the old notes from last year, or
No,
is it in
it is
this new one?
the
Okay,
Q1 2025
let
open
me
office hour.
also find that. So cool. Sam is organized for me. It's all bookmarked in our internal Slack. We were talking about things your membership manager can do for you, and definitely keeping your notes for events you're running is an excellent thing to add to that list. If you didn't see that, go to our last live event. You can watch the replay on our channel. Okay, I have that open so we can look at that. Cool. Okay, I'm diving in. Cool. Any other housekeeping, Sam?
If you're here, just say hi and where you're from.
There you go. I'm
That's
from
it. Let's dive in.
Pennsylvania. Okay, so we have kind of 4 areas we're going to talk about. First, we're going to talk about like how can we learn why people cancel, why people churn, why people expire and don't renew. So if you already think you know, maybe you are making some assumptions that aren't real. We have some idea of why people churn at Paid Memberships Pro. Asking people more direct questions gave us a lot more information once we started actually engaging with them, saying like the small number of people that actually will talk to you after they canceled. Um, so if you know why people churn, how can you in Paid Memberships Pro find those people that churned? Is it just looking through all your inbox and your email and counting all the emails in your cancel that have that canceled email? Is there a better way to locate these people? And then how can we contact them? We have the list. We know the pain point. We maybe have some language you've developed for what we can talk to them about. How can we actually contact them either individually or in mass? How can we set up automation to contact these people? And then what can we offer them to win them back? So that's what we're going to go over. It's ambitious hour here. And we're not going to try all the tools too much, but I'll just share options you can take. And I think a lot of this you want to evaluate how much automation do I want to put in if this is just me starting? How many people are we talking about here? How much do I hope to gain after I get someone back? If I have a $10 a year membership, how much effort should I put in to get back someone who's paying me $10 a year? Or if I have a $1,500 a month membership, how much effort should I put in to win that person back? So really do trade-offs. Remember, your time is money as we talk through all these. So phase 1, we have to know, why are people leaving? Why are people churning? There's a few ways that we can attack this. And one is the inverse: learn why people are staying. So don't worry about why people leave, learn why they stay. What is it about your membership that is so appealing that people are continuing to pay you and it's effortless for them? They always know that their value that they're paying you in money is returned to them in tenfold for what they're getting from your membership. So knowing why people are staying with your membership is very important to knowing why people leave, because it helps you realize, are people leaving because they didn't get those same value? Was it not easy for them to navigate to? Were they unaware of these benefits of my membership? So two ways we like to use at Pay Memberships Pro to learn why people stay is calculating our NPS. I'll go into that, or conducting customer interviews. So finding the people who've been long-term members, asking them if you could interview them either just via async with an email or an in-person scheduled call. So what is NPS? I'm going to share, let me accept my cookies. SurveyMonkey is a survey tool. It's not part of Pay Memberships Pro. We have no relationship with them. We have used SurveyMonkey before. What's the other one you use? CrowdSignal or something?
Yeah, I think so.
Another surveying tool. But this is a great article about how to calculate your Net Promoter Score. So who's your Net Promoter? It's just the person who, how do they rate your product, your service offering on a scale? How likely are they to recommend it? You've probably gotten emails like this before. Literally, it's an email.
Usually get them from doctor's offices, and it's like, most
really?
of the time it's like, do you really want my feedback on whether or not I'd recommend people to come to you?
That's odd. You're like,
are you sure?
Yeah, I think that's an important point, Sam, because sometimes you'll start conducting these surveys and you'll just get people right on the margins. You'll get the 10s and the 0s. So you're going to attract like those net promoters who are the people that give you a 10. And you might also get the people who are very disappointed in your membership and are giving you the 0s, 1s, and 2s. So when you're doing this, try to focus on the 9s and 10s, because the goal of this is learning why people stay. It's not learning why people are disgruntled with you. And you don't have to take all of that feedback. But learning why the people are staying is the gold. It's what you're going to use when you're working on win-back campaigns, when you're reevaluating your membership, when you're working on your homepage tagline and offering overall. So the words that they use, when you get to the point of this NPS, it's not just a rating. There's also going to be a text component. So the people who stick around long enough to give you a 10 and then also fill in any qualitative answers in that survey are the words you need to start incorporating into your win-back campaigns, into your emails about churn, your cancellation emails, reminders of what the value of the membership is, reminders of what people are experiencing. If you have someone who's giving you a 10 and they've been a member for 10 months and that person's churning at 3 months, you can say like, people who stick around past 6 months experience this growth personally, or this change. We saw them get a 25% salary increase using the skills we teach in our academy. So listen to the people who like you most. Listen to the people who don't like you if you do this survey. But the point of this is not to just feel bad and react and say like, oh, one person gave me one piece of negative feedback, I need to go reevaluate my whole business model. No, it's too dangerous to be reactive to that. So we're learning from the people we like. So do I need to share? I think you have these links, Sam. Were you able to get them from?
Oh, I don't know if I had all of the links. Hold on. I didn't realize I knew about your slides, but let me look at that thread to see if
Further up in that Slack, because Sam can share you this link, and you're going to find a lot of information about NPS. And I would also leverage AI here. So there's going to be templates for what that email series looks like. You can send it in Pay Memberships Pro. You could segment out the people who have like 3 or more orders. So if you're a monthly membership, you could only send it to people who've been around for a longer period of time. We did that recently when we did our customer interviews. We emailed only the longest term plus members, people who are plus for 3 years or more. We didn't want the noise of the most recent signups because they're still in the thick of it. Like, they're not maybe ready to say how they're succeeding with Pay Memberships Pro. Their information might be more where they're struggling right now because they're actually trying to start a business with Pay Memberships Pro. We're just a piece of what their struggle is right now. But the people who've lasted, who've built sustainable businesses 3 years in, that's the feedback we want. So find that segment of people that you think are going to give you the best information about why they're retaining with you, why they're staying, and just send this survey out to them. And yes, leverage AI to help you build this survey. Tell AI a little bit about your product. tell people what you're hoping to, tell your AI what you're hoping to achieve, and then AI can help you build those qualitative questions. The how likely are you to recommend, that's just baseline. And I think most of these surveys will allow you to customize the further questioning based on that first NPS input. If it's 7 or higher, ask these qualitative questions. If it's 3 or lower, don't ask these, like, how much money have you made? Then it just kind of reinforces their anger along the
And
process.
I would recommend using AI to also understand the responses that you get. We did
Yes.
a survey probably a couple years ago before AI was really, you know,
As
like
powerful, right?
as powerful and just as like easy to gain access to,
Mhm.
accessible. Um, and reading some of the responses was like, but but what do you mean by that word? Like that word can mean so many things. Or it was like, okay, you can use AI now to say how many times did the person say this, this, or this, and really understand the breakdown of the responses you get. So you don't have to spend time analyzing that data.
Yes. Because AI does not have an emotion about the blood, sweat, and tears it's put into your business. You do. And that emotion can cause you to react differently to language than the AI is going to process it for you. So I love that. That's absolutely true, Sam. An extra bonus bullet point here. And as far as interviews, you could skip the NPS thing if you know the 10 or 20 people you want to try to target, or you could use the NPS survey, send that out. And as a last step of that, say, would you be willing to participate in a 15-minute call with our team? We're hoping to understand members better. You can offer an incentive. We didn't. I think that our members also got value because they were actually on the phone with me or Jason or Sam or Andrew or someone on our team and had that one-on-one experience. So if they were like, well, I hesitated here, I had friction here, then we're like, oh, like, let me solve that. Let me unblock that for you. So you just acknowledge they're probably going to get value from that one-on-one time with you, even though you know that you're doing it for your own personal needs and interests. So that's really why people stay. Any questions about analyzing why people are staying?
Not yet.
Okay. So why do people cancel? That's the inverse of things. So the simplest thing to do, you have to ask them. With Paid Memberships Pro, we make that very easy. We have a reason for canceling add-on, and just turn it on, and it adds a text area to your cancellation form that must be filled in. People can write nonsense. They can say, screw you, and submit the form, or they can add some real information there. So people can enter this reason. Yes, cancel my account. Paid Memberships Pro will keep their account active through their next expiration date, through the period of time that they've prepaid, if they have an active expiration. If not, it will cancel them immediately. But that information is then included in the email, and we can set that up really quick. I'm going to have to refresh it. I think Sam Maxey fixed this, that it doesn't show activate right away. I think that's going to be in the next release.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they said there is like cases where it happens that they can fix. So we were like, cool, thank you.
That would be nice.
Yeah. So let me make sure you don't have to say what levels you want it for, that it just turns on. Because I said that was true.
I think it's just a plug and play.
Yeah. Okay. So let's find a member and we'll go to their cancel page, and then we'll just show how I'm going to use user switching, which is our go-to tool. So here's Dolores. What member is Dolores? Professional, no expiration, no subscription. We're going to say cancel. Reason for canceling, I cannot afford it. You're going to hear that one, right?
Mm-hmm.
That you can't really do much with. You either say like, oh, is my price too high? Or you're like, okay, like you're not my customer. I'm sorry. Or they'll say like, I struggled to implement the ideas in the courses in the time frame, make it valuable for my life, right? That's meaningful information. So that's canceled now. So where does that information show up? If I go in, don't we have email logging? Oh, shoot, I don't have an email logger in this. Oh, sorry, guys. Well, I'll show you where it would have shown up. I thought that I had email logging on. I better turn it on in case we do any more demos here. All right. So that will come to you as the administrator of the site in the membership cancel admin email. So this email, whether you've customized it or not, the reason just gets appended in the email contents. So it's stored also for the member in their last order. So you'll be able to access it there. It's not really shown in Digest anywhere because it's just free text opinions. It's not really something we can like database too clearly. You can build reports. We do something custom I'll tell you about at Paymorphs Pro, but it's going to show up in this cancel email. You'll get this email. You can read it there, or if you go back to the orders, let's see. Oh, where's Dolores? Oh, she's not a member anymore. Let's find her. In the
You can
users
go to your
list.
user list, yeah.
Yeah. How do I spell it? Oh, there she is.
DEL.
All right. I want to edit her membership and I want to view her orders. Oh, she has no orders. Well, if she had orders, this is a weird site because we imported everyone, so it didn't make orders. Okay. Fail. Anyway, it will show up on their last order in order notes right here. It will say like reason for canceling. If you could type Kim, it would be like here, right? And that information will be stored there for you to process later. At Paymorphs Pro, we have a process when those cancellations come through. We take that free text comment and group it into a handful of specific areas, right? Like, I don't need it anymore. I had technical challenges. My business closed. I switched platforms. It was too expensive for me. And then just kind of like other, like it didn't fit. And how did we get those buckets? We just ourselves looked at those cancellation reasons, those free text reasons, and said, like, what are the most common themes here? And that's only so we can have a report of our own data. So we add custom code to add order meta. We have a human being take that qualitative free text and turn it into like structured data. And then we can have a report of those 6 or 8 reasons, those buckets, and see like kind of where all of these cancellation reasons fall. Some of it's going to be out of your control, just like at Paymorphs Pro. If a business closes or sells or an agency stops engaging with that customer of theirs, like that's a reason that they canceled that really isn't in our control. We can't win them back. If an agency was working on a project and they stopped working for that client, they don't need the PM Pro license anymore. All we can do is say, like, I hope you consider us for a future project. That's it. I don't expect them to sign back up until something in their life causes them to need it. If someone's business failed, your business failed. I'm not going to try to win you back. I'm not going to say, like, you should try your business again that failed. No, like that's your personal situation in your life. That's a decision you'll come to on your own. So those buckets help us see the volume of actual reasons that we can play a part in supporting. It's too technical. Yeah, we can definitely play a role in reducing the complexity for people, whether that's adjusting their expectations or giving them better ways to do things or resources to help them that are affordable for them to have the technical help they need. So yada, yada, yada. Reason for canceling. Ask people why they canceled. If you don't want to ask them there, you can also email them after they've canceled. Another email you'll get, you might get the membership expiring email. So then those are the people that are about to expire. Those you can reach out to say like, hey, what's going on? Your account's about to expire. Do you think you want to keep it, or tell me why you're letting this happen in your site? So it can also be a human interaction. So up to this point, we've just been gathering a lot of data. We have all these reasons people stay, what they love, what they say about our product that's helping them in their life and why they're retained. And then we have all these reasons why people are canceling. So now we just kind of have to go into a hole, look at all this data, process maybe with AI, like Sam recommended, and then we kind of come up with like the real whys. So what are the terms and statements we can use that retain people, and what are the terms and statements that people are canceling for, and what does that mean for our business? What can we do with that information? So
before you go on, Tim, we do have a couple questions about and a suggestion about reason for canceling add-on. Okay. Quinte Landlord, so they have a very little bit more of a unique scenario, because in their situation, typically members leave because they sold their rentals. So that's kind of like closing your business in a way, like, I'm not going to be renting this apartment anymore. Right.
I'm no longer a landlord. I don't fit your target audience. Yeah.
But they also said that some leave and then they kind of just hide and they don't answer emails on feedback about why they left and what they could do better. How common is that?
Highly common. I wish Ansi was on this call, because it feels like you're, throwing darts into the wind, right? You're just like, why don't they want to tell me? Don't they care what's going on? Yeah. That's hard. I know, like with reason for canceling, they're forced to enter it before they can actually click that cancel button. But but they're
But
also
sometimes
not
it's just
forced
like
to
a
be
garbage
honest.
answer.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're not forced to
exactly.
be honest. Yeah. Um, that's so hard. Yeah. I think if you could earlier in the phase focus on the why are people staying, then maybe that's the better chunk of information you're going to get from people. There is like the membership renewals processing soon email and then the order receipt email. So I don't know if asking people like right after their order is processed, they might see that more likely than they're going to see your request for feedback. It's just tough.
Yeah, but it really is common. I mean, so to Katie's request or suggestion, it would be great to have a multiple choice option. With that, the struggle with multiple choice options is like, okay, let me just click one so I can get past this. It may not even be the real reason. So then you may not
Yeah.
even have like when they're required to type it in, you're more likely to get the truth
I agree.
rather than a garbage answer. Then having a multiple choice is like, think of trying to return something on Amazon. They give you so many things to select that it's like, okay, well, what will just get me my money back and get the item out of my house? Like, I don't really
Right.
care what the answer is.
Yeah. I was at Target
So
returning a shirt or something and I was like, I just wanted it like, what did I think I ordered it accidentally twice or something, or like it wasn't any of the reasons. She was like, just pick one. And
yeah,
I was like, well, that doesn't help you guys, right? And I was like, is there,
exactly.
I like felt as a marketer, I was like, oh, I don't want to give them bad info. I think people are less likely to free text type in um, a lie or that mumbo jumbo than they are to just randomly select the first item in the drop down. So it's tough. And what I'm like
Yeah.
thinking what you could do, you could have like maybe we could limit a minimum character length, which also could encourage people to just write like endlessly. People have asked us for a drop down. Yeah, and Jason says that same pushback that Sam also was inclined to
Well,
recommend.
I
It's
get
like,
my
are they
pushback
gonna?
from Jason.
Oh, okay. So he infected our brains with this concept.
He has, he has.
um,
Well, because
I am
I
going
mean,
to talk. Oh,
I understand the convenience of having that multiple choice option, and then, if it was people truly being honest and truly clicking the reason why,
mhm.
then it would be different. But there are so many people who just say, "Let me get past this, and I don't wanna give you real
Yeah.
data."
And
So
honestly,
it's just not,
I'm really
like,
proud of
good.
Payments Pro cancellation process because it is one step. We've had people ask us for like, can I put like 3 stages of cancellation in there? And we're like, do you enjoy that cancellation process in your life? Like, no. Like, Jason has a gym membership. I was like, do you still want it? Because we just got a rowing machine, and he's like, you can't cancel it though. Like, it's impossible. I have to
Yeah,
have this gym membership for life. And I was like, come
and
on. And he's
the
like, no, it's impossible to cancel. I was like, you know,
hopefully, at least in the US, hopefully, it's easier because there is legislation that you have to have your membership
that's true.
just as easy to cancel as it was to sign up. So if it's one
There
click
you
to sign
go.
up, it has to be one click to cancel. So hopefully,
Cancel
hopefully that helps. But yeah, I can
it.
understand the headache of like having to go through
There you go.
um,
UK
so
also,
many
yeah.
hoops that are on fire to get out of anything.
We did on Payments Pro, we did improve our cancel page. We added some like context around it, and some like exit ramps. So the cancel form is still there. It's very clear how to exit, but we added messaging beforehand that was like, we're committed to helping you. Like, if your business is just struggling to make Payments Pro work, like, please get support. Please talk to us. We extend our refund policy if needed. So we kind of built out more personalized messaging based on the membership level people have on that page. So that just brings to mind also something we used to do for onboarding, which was record. It was called, I want to say Pomodoro. That's something else. Something Doro. I don't know, but it was like a personalized welcome video. It was 30 seconds long. Travis, who's not our team member, used to anymore, used to record them. And it was like, hey, Katie, welcome to Paid Merchants Pro. I'm Travis. You'll hear from me in support. You'll hear from me here. Yeah, yeah. So I wonder if a more personalized ask for why, like, I'm Kim. I've been running this for 13 years. I have a team of 15 people. Like, it's very important to me to know why you're no longer with us. Like, you said, I don't need it anymore, but that, I don't know what that means. Like, if you have 2 minutes to shoot me back an email and let me know why you don't need it, it just helps me build a better product, and maybe you'll come back in the future. Thank you. And if you made a little video like that, I wonder if you'd get more replies. I don't know. That'd be interesting to open up an email and see a personalized email from the Quinte landlords that I just canceled. And they're like, Kim, what's going on? You know, I don't know. Give it a
I
shot.
can make
A small
those.
shot.
I can make those. That'd be
Yeah.
fun.
That AI could do it.
AI would be able to do it.
That could work. Yeah. We're in the
one
weeds.
last
This is
quick,
fun.
Yeah, one last quick question on reason for canceling. I think the answer is no, because it's a order note. Is there a way to export that reason for canceling data?
I wonder if it's included in the orders export. Order note, are order notes in an order? We can test it. Where are we? Which tab? Memberships, orders. Which one did I add it to? This one?
That one, yeah.
All right.
I don't know if you saved it though.
Export it. Oh, right. Let me see. I just exported it. If not, I think that including it in the download would be awesome. Orders.
If it doesn't, I won't
pitch it. No, I don't see notes in the export. So
right now, no. And the other question was, is there user meta for it? And because it's an order note, it's not attached to user meta. So at this time, no, there would not be a way to do that. But we will make note that that is wanted.
Yeah, why? I mean, order notes are potentially long. It's going to have like the IPN history, if it was a PayPal checkout, any notes you've added, but why not include or have the option to flag and return them on? I want to dig into the code, but I'm going to stop myself. This is not Coding with Sam. That's tomorrow. Yeah, but I think including in the export would be great. Or even if reason for canceling just had like a, what levels orders do you want to export all of the cancellation reasons for? And it would just export order notes individually. I'd like to see that. Yeah, it is attached to the order, not the user. It used to be attached to the user, but when multiple memberships became part of core, we realized the user may have multiple memberships that they're canceling for, so it would be unclear which level that cancellation reason was stored in. But we are moving to more custom database tables for add-ons, so there's probably a future where reason for canceling gets its own table that has a relationship with other data, but no promise.
I was trying to see if we had a code recipe for it, but I'm not seeing anything. Okay, continue.
You want a code too. Okay, so now you have now you have like the language. You know what will help people stay. You know maybe what will help people come back, and you know why they're churning. So now we need to get that list of people. I think I saw that as a question, like how do you know who these people are? So there's a few ways you can do this also. I'll show you on the members list in Paid Memberships Pro because I know that this is kind of confusing. You have this drop down. We are going to change these filters. It's the levels that you have. You can view just the people who are canceled. And canceled means that they had an expiration or they never had an expiration. They just canceled their membership. So they didn't just expire. They just canceled outright, which is confusing. And expired means that maybe they canceled or maybe they bought it. I don't have any members that expired in this site. Maybe they went to the cancellation process. PM Pro said, okay, well, you're paid up through February 1st. That's your new expiration date. That date came and went, and their membership expired. So expiration's separate of canceling. I would say like a canceled member is like a person who actively quit the membership, and expired was just kind of like maybe they're just no longer wanted to renew, or they never renewed and they had like a fixed term membership. And then old members combines the two. So both canceled, expired. This is probably your best bet to target the people in your old members list because it's a combination of expired and canceled. Really, if they were members, they're not anymore. We can try to win them back. Another option is to add people who cancel or expire to like a holding level, which would make this filtering really easy. You could add in your membership settings, you could add a secret level. I guess it would be here. It's free, and we would call it like maybe when former member, right? They will see this. I was going to say, I don't really want to use a word that's like public. There's a potential that they see this. We're not going to show it on the levels page. So we'll have this holding level that people are moved into, and we'll hide it so it's not really something people can sign up for. There's no access for this level. We're not going to give them content of any kind. We're just going to say, like, let's just give us a way that we can put people in former member. So then we have like a really distinct way to find them on the members list, but we can also do some things with our email marketing now that they're in a distinct membership level. So this code recipe is here. Change level on cancellation or expiration. So instead of removing level fully, it will turn them into this new level ID for, I think, 7. I have other levels in the site. It'll put them in level 7, and they won't know about it. They're still like if they logged into the site on their members account, they'd see that they're in this former member level, but that's not weird, really. They can still log in and they can see their order history. They'll see that they don't have any subscription active with you, and they'll just be in former level. So now that you have them in this former level, you could use any of our email marketing to tag them in your email marketing platform. They're in MailChimp. They used to be Plus. Now they're a former member, and the tag in MailChimp is called former member. Then you can set up automation in your email marketing to find them based on that tag. We also have integration with Zapier. So if you're using Zapier for other automations, my Zapier always looks funny and nobody knows why. The colors get weird on it. It's really weird. No one else was able to see the same thing as me. I don't know. It just loads weird for me. But with Zapier, we have endpoints to look at membership canceled, membership expired, and then automations in Zapier could kick off after that happens. So you wouldn't need that holding level. You could simply do something when a new member is detected to be expired or canceled, and then kick off something through Zapier, through your automation. That is helpful if you are using an email marketing platform that Paymasters Pro doesn't integrate directly with, or if you just really love using automation and trust it more than you trust maybe this downgrade level or your own manual process. WP Fusion is another alternative that also has some built in for their Pro version, ability to tag people when they cancel or expire. I don't know if that image is, or it's a little bigger now. A screenshot of the settings for their WP Fusion based on level. So this would be a screenshot if I'm editing a membership level. These are the tags they get when they become a new member. These are the, should I remove the tags when they cancel or expire? And then what specific tags, if someone is canceled from my Plus level or if they expire from Plus, should I apply to them? And then within WP Fusion, once the user is tagged in your WordPress site, it can then kick off other things with email marketing or content on the site, all kinds of stuff. So that's a way to do it. And then obviously you're getting emails as the admin anyway. So if we're talking about 10 people a month, you can just flag those emails somehow in your own email program, tag them, and then you'll have a list that you can action. That's kind of how we do it here. When payments are failing for someone, we have automation in our group inbox to put them into a flow that a human being is interacting with them to say, like, you're about to churn. Are you sure this is what you want? Your credit card expired. It's not working. What's going on? And have that human touch of things. So you could do none of this and just watch the email coming into you and take your own actions with them. Questions about knowing who's churning and who's canceling?
Yes. Katie would like you to clarify if their membership is canceled due to payment failure, is that expired or canceled?
That'll be canceled. The payment retries, it's like 3 retries or however many according to your payment gateway settings happen, then they ultimately just cancel.
Perfect. Another question from Katie. Is there a way to target canceled member easily with Fluent CRM?
I have a ton of screenshots of Fluent CRM. They have expiration. I know that they support tagging on expiration. Let's Google that. Let's see. Why do they have 2 pages?
Because we're just that awesome.
I know I was talking to them and maybe he added it. I wish I could go back in and find that. Oh, membership triggers. Membership level canceled. Pay Memberships Pro will work the same way as membership enrolled trigger. What? So it sounds like yes, membership level canceled. Is this all the Pay Memberships Pro section? Oh, okay, Pay Memberships Pro triggers. Yeah, it looks like it will. Expired or canceled. That was what I was talking to him about because we were like, well, expired and canceled are different things. The screenshot I have does not have this additional box, but that's what he added. Yeah.
Sweet.
Looks like true. Yeah, we have Fueled CRM set up on our MemberLite themes site. We were testing it out and I was really liking it because it was all like in-house, you know. I just ran into some snafus because we also do that downgrade on cancel or expire. We put them in free and then it was kicking off the new free automation sequence to the people who just canceled the support level. And I was like, oh no, I don't know what to do about this. I still have not figured that out. I think
Okay,
I have to combine the sequences so that the free and paid onboarding are the same with different if rules based on tag. And then I could say never start this sequence again. That's probably what I need to do. Anyway, new topic.
We'll figure that out later. Okay, April. When our members don't renew rather than cancel, is there a method to ask for the main reason as to why they did not renew?
Just like involuntary churn, right? It was just like or passive churn. Is that what it's called? I think that's passive churn. Yeah, right now there's no way. If you have fixed term memberships, maybe you do or don't, but let's say you have a fixed term membership that you buy it, you get 365 days, you get 1 year of membership. There's no recurring subscription. It's a flat fee for that term. Your expiration's coming. There's an email that's sent out 7 days prior. Your membership expires in 7 days. On day 7, your membership after 7 days, they're expired. There's no point in there that we're asking them why that's happening. So this is the only thing you can do right now is a manual process of outreach. Whether that's at that it's expiring soon email, it's like, hey, like if you're not planning to renew, it really helps us if you tell us why and hope for an answer. They're probably not even logging into your site.
But don't be afraid don't be afraid of it being a manual process because even when you, especially if you're starting to have these processes, it's better to have them manual and then figure out how you can automate them and make them better and more efficient. But first, do it manually and see if it's even worth going through the work of automating.
Yep. Yeah, we did. For a very long time, we did abandoned carts manually. So once Paid Memberships Pro started creating a token order for all of our offsite checkouts, those were all the people, if they never completed their checkout, they were technically abandoning their cart. A human being on our team was outreaching and having pretty good success getting people to come back. And then we were like, oh, let's code this. Let's make this automated. We knew what exact emails we were using. We knew the content of them. We knew what subject lines. We knew the frequency. And we just automated that process. And now it's an add-on for all of you. But I think you're right, Sam. If you take the time to build an automation and then you realize it's not getting results, then you're starting over with an automation and a new process, whereas the process itself could be more flexible in the early experimental part of things. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Could you automate that? You could probably automate that with tags. That's true, Katie. The people expired. If they expire, once they fully expire, put some kind of tag on them and have some kind of kickoff email from your email marketing with some links like, why did you expire? You know, and it can be like the first one is like, it could be text-based, right? Like, and all you have to do is choose one. If you have, this is almost like a drop down, right? There's 6 bulleted lists and you click one and it tags them in their email, in your email marketing system. And then you can report on it there, or a 5th or 7th one that's like, reply to this email and tell us, you know, some kind of free text thing. So yeah, that would probably work.
Yeah. One last question before we move on. Quinte Landlords, I believe your name is Robert, if I remember from emails, is asking who can we hire who is technically savvy and knowledgeable of membership businesses to set up the automation tech for us and maintain ongoing. Robert, I don't think you're in the Slack community. If you are not, I highly recommend joining the Slack community. Just last Friday, we had someone join the community who is a developer and business consultant that helps clients with business transformation and growing their businesses. That is their word specifically. I just read them. they have developed membership sites and community sites for PM Pro for almost 2 years. So if you join the Slack community, I can share the link on how to do that. I can put you in touch with this other community member, but I would highly recommend. I don't know his work. I don't know anything about his business. All I can say is it's a community member who is offered. So
Yeah.
definitely join the Slack community because there's resources.
This is a good time for us to do a poll. We've thought about people who, like you all, who consider themselves not tech savvy, but also have like goals and needs for their business, and running some cohorts with like team-based training and doing it live workshops. Like, oh, the world blinked, so I think we're doing this now. Where we would do like 6 weeks, and we'd meet once or twice a week, and we'd action these topics. Right? We would action an improved win-back funnel for your business. If that would ever be interesting to any of the 21 people right now that I see watching this, just raise a hand or say whatever. But it's just curious to us if doing some hands-on work like that would be good. We've hired lots of consultants to do things for our business, and I think it's just the type of people me, Jason, Sam are. Like, it often feels like they didn't know enough about our business, and they didn't understand us, and so much time was spent reaching that point to get them to understand our business. And we were like, we could have just done this, or we could have gotten close on our own, which is hard. It's hard. I love
We're getting a lot of good feedback on that idea. The other thing is in that Slack community, we do exclusive events where we twice a month meet on Google Meet, and it's open to any of our community members to join and sit, typically with me. Sometimes Kim joins, sometimes our customer support people join. But you can actually have sit down time with us, with the community, learn what community members are doing. And we are also, now that we're doing it twice a month, we are happy to make it more of a targeted topic of what you guys want to talk about, or we actually want to do some research on how our members are using trials. How do you have it set up on your site? How do you want to see PM Pro use trials? How can we make that better for you? And we want to do that research. So that is the prime time for us to talk about and have a discussion, not through chat, but actively face to face. So yeah, the Slack community has a lot of benefits, and it's free. Lots of value there for free.
Yeah. Who doesn't love free? Yeah, super cool. I'm trying to see if there's anything else before I go down this road. There's the link to the abandoned carts. Yes, there was a question about payment gateways for the abandoned carts. It only currently works for the gateways that create token orders at checkout, and those are our offsite payment gateways. But it's in our minds to work on it for all gateways and checkout experiences over time. Okay. Cool. All right, keeping on going. So we have some language we're going to use in winning back people. We have we have a list of people, or we have a way that we can identify the people that turned and canceled. So how can we contact them? You have to choose what's going to fit for you. If you're going the automated route, you can just update their cancellation email template in Paid Memberships Pro. So that membership canceled or membership expired email that's sent to the users. Your membership has been canceled, blah, 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 blah. So this is the generic message. The Paid Memberships Pro one's much longer. It's like, what happens now? Like, your license is no longer active. You can't install new premium add-ons. You can't update and maintain the security of current ones. You can't get direct contact with our technical support team. You can react. Your site's going to keep operating, right? We make that very clear. Like, nothing changes in your site. It doesn't break. You don't lose access to your members. Everyone doesn't cancel. Like, there's nothing going on there. And then we give them the paths to reactivate. Like, was this done in error? Here's your link. If you were paying a legacy rate and you accidentally canceled, you were paying $247 a year for Plus, and now it's $597 a year. Is that right? $299, $597, right? Okay. And you're like, oh my gosh, I lost my legacy rate. There's a way to contact us to see if we can apply your legacy pricing to your new renewal. So we just give people a few options there. We also do a manual outreach. And that's kind of this point on this slide about the value of handwritten notes. It doesn't have to be handwritten and mailed in the paper, although Quinte landlords, maybe that's an option. You knew these renters' addresses. Why not try a few postcards and say like, hey, we'll miss you. Like if you want to shoot me back a text, here's my number. Let me know if you got this and what's going on. I hope you sold. I hope you made money off your investment property, blah, 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 whatever it is. I can't imagine receiving a handwritten note. Like Chewy, I think I order from Chewy for our dogs, and they put like sometimes I get handwritten notes in my package. I'm like, who's
Birthday
doing
cards
this?
for the dogs.
Birthday cards for the dogs, yeah. And it's like sometimes it's handwritten. The place I pick up my dog food in person, I have another dog that gets food in a different place. They always do a handwritten note, and they like write like woof, and then they write this things, thanks for order. So there's a mentor of ours, Ed Wallace, who we have some content on our site about, always talked about that with when he did sales coaching, was like, it's such a digital age. Like if you as a salesperson send someone a handwritten note or like send their child a birthday card, just think how much goodwill and rapport you're building with someone through that process. So don't discount actual handwritten notes, but also a handwritten note can be a handwritten email, a personal email that doesn't sound like it was written by AI, that doesn't sound automated. Still send that automated email because humans also fail and don't remember to do things. So have that automated email send. And then with Pay Memberships Pro, we also send a real email from a team member that says, you know, I just want to reconfirm you won't be billed again. I double checked, your subscription's truly canceled. Recap what's going on now, and then another opportunity to ask. So if we already knew their reason for canceling was my business, I sold my business, then in that email we can say like, amazing, congratulations. If it said my business failed, we don't like to address that and say like, oh, like, I'm sorry your business failed. We're just like, if you ever come up with a project in the future you think PM Pro could be a fit for, reach out and we can kick around the idea before you sign up again. If it's like an agency that didn't work with the client anymore, we'll just say like, let your client know, blah, 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 if you want to. So we kind of have a way to use that cancel reason in a personalized note and some triggers next. So I don't really need it anymore. We say like, if you enjoyed it while you were using it, here's a way to leave a testimonial. So it's we're still getting information from someone, even those ones that we think are dead leads.
And with so many fonts that are out in the world, you don't actually have to handwrite anything. True. It can be printed and it look like handwriting. And you also can drop like your signature that you did actually write as a scan on it and print it and sign it. And it looks like you did it yourself, you know, but it doesn't actually have to be like Katie said, some poor intern handwriting all those letters. No, the intern can be printing them out. The signature can be
you can only mail handwritten notes if you know where people live, which is a good segue. We just mentioned this. Our mailing address add-on was formerly called shipping address add-on. We've just rebranded it to mailing address because that is really more often what people are doing. Most people with membership sites aren't shipping, but they want to know your physical location. So it's just a text change. If you want it to still be called shipping address, there's a way to do that and filter that text title. But you would have had to have known their mailing address, whether you collect that at checkout or it's fields you just add via user fields on their profile edit. So not everyone's going to be able to physically mail letters unless we know where people live. But we do know that everyone has an email and we know their email. We skipped over the number 2 one, which we did talk about using your email marketing platform. If you are able to tag people based on their cancellation, like that Fluent CRM we just took a peek at, if you're using WP Fusion, which has hooks related to cancel and expire, or if you're using PM Pro's hidden downgrade level and can tag people with that option as well. There is automation. If you're using none of these things, you can do rules like we use Kit at Paid Memberships Pro. You can set up rules. So if this tag is removed, add this tag. So in our case, if the plus level tag is removed, add this tag, former plus. So if you wrap your brain a little bit, reach out to us on our contact form. Tell us how. Maybe there's a workaround if you don't have like level specific cancel tagging because you're not using WP Fusion, you're not using Fluent CRM. This is not a case where you should go switch platforms completely just for this. I would start manual if you can, if you don't have the systems in place to automate. yeah, now you know what you're gonna. So now, what are we gonna actually write in these contacts? So anything about knowing who? Are we ready for?
Really quick. Slightly unrelated question, but also a really good shout out to our hubs. If you could go to our homepage, someone wants to know if there's a list of types of entities, organizations, societies, etc., that are using PM Pro. Here are our top 8 use cases for PM Pro, and most of those do have hubs. So if you have a free account with PM Pro, you can have access to the hubs for each of those and get some more information on each use case.
Yeah, they're lengthy, but it's just a one-stop, really, like how to start an association with Pay Memberships Pro, whether you have an existing offline association or are beginning something new as a new endeavor to begin a community or an association or a premium video thing. So most of those are built out. It's more use case focused. Yeah, I mean, there's a huge gamut. We have like beekeeper associations, and we have loose dating sites, and we have stock trading recommendation sites. And, you know, if you go into the weeds of this, we have people like creating Netflix clones,
Quilting guilds, different
quilting guilds.
artistries.
We have like local condo associations or lakefront community associations. We have experts and coaches like that are thought leadership based businesses. Yeah, that's cool.
Yoga
Thank you. That was
studios.
like good mid-marketing ad. Thank you.
Yeah.
We don't do that enough. We don't highlight our own stuff enough on these, but yeah, this is a cool webinar because I think it is multi-platform. So if you're using something else for membership right now and happen upon this, it's not just rules for Pay Memberships Pro. It's any online business, even in-person business could use some of this. Like, we haven't seen you at the salon in a while. Where have you been? I get those. Cool. Okay.
I just got one from StreamYard today, which I'm really confused about because I'm in StreamYard like every week of like, come back to
like,
StreamYard.
I think your automation is broken.
I'm here, but okay.
I'll be here tomorrow. I was here on Tuesday. I'm here. Yeah. So really, in whatever form you contact these people, using those NPS feedback, using the customer interview feedback, finding a way to weave those words into the messaging you send to the churned people can help them remind them, why did I sign up in the first place? You know, it's not all on that site. Maybe it was me. Maybe I didn't make the space in my life to be successful, to achieve what I needed to. Maybe I was expecting something different. Maybe I just didn't know how to access the right stuff. And if they did cancel, I put the cart before the horse and talked about this beforehand. How we do it here, like, we have your cancel reason, address it head on. Don't be afraid to say, yeah, like, Pay Memberships Pro is not for everyone. You found it too technical. That's true. But the flip side of too technical is deeply customizable, and you're going to run it like we talk that way. And I don't think that wins people back, but I think it just helps people, I hope, make a better partner choice for their next product. Like, if you found Pay Memberships Pro too technical, like, your better option is a hosted platform like Kajabi. And you're going to find that there won't be technical components to that, and you'll probably get most of what you need and have to make some compromises. We don't want to burn bridges all the time. If the cancellation feedback was very negative and mean, we probably don't even contact them, because I think that can also fuel a fire. If you have someone who's enraged with you, your feedback caused me to lose my job and my wife left me and I'm homeless. You're like, okay, like, the best thing I can do for this person is nothing at this stage. So just being a human being when you talk to people, but using the words that your other loyal members are using, because that same customer that churned at one point was at the top of the funnel, was curious and interested, and was just like that loyal member, you hope. If they're going to come back, they will identify with those words. And of course, you can offer targeted incentives. You can offer, like we said, to maintain a legacy price upon return. You could give them a deeper discount. You could give them a 15-minute call. You could give them something, and it can speak to their cancellation reason. So if it was too technical, we can look up your support history. We can find the friction point, and we can say, like, you know what, we agree that was a too technical. We've built a settings screen for it. You don't have to upgrade. Here's how to get it. You know, anything you can do that you feel with your business is not too much of a giveaway, that's not depleting the value for other members of your site or making you run your business into the ground. Think about what those incentives could look like for people to win them back. And this is all in that 14 reasons people churn. Any questions? This is the last slide, and then we have 5 minutes to kind of wrap up questions, look at our past questions, and talk about one more fun thing.
I think we're good.
We're good? All right. So really analyzing the results, remembering that these are experiments. We have another article all about experimentation. So I'm glad some people here were like, do it manually first, because it is an experiment and it's going to change. You know, our process has changed. It's become more automated over time. We've added more touch points and changed the language of things. We've changed the language on our cancel page, just to make it really clear for people when they would say like, when does my membership really expire? Or what is my license key? I never could find how to get support. I couldn't find the link. So we took those reasons and improved other parts of the business. So that's that analysis. And I say analyze your results, but also wait till you get enough results from people's feedbacks to have like enough volume of a common reason to take actions. So we're not reacting, like we said, to people's negative feedback very early on. We're kind of processing it. We're like putting it in a box. We're saying, okay, this was a negative feedback. And then if we keep getting that repeatedly, the box fills up. Then we say, okay, like I'm ready to address this. I'm ready to do something here. So just spirit of experimentation and take that ego out of it so you don't feel like you're reacting. Yeah. That's it. Applause. It's fun to do a presentation. It feels kind of more directed than an open-ended, like jumping around on a site thing, huh?
Yes. Kim is not moving too fast when she has a slide deck.
I think it did slow me down. I kept trying to bring you back. If we don't have any questions here, I can look at the pre-submitteds.
You can go ahead and review those, and while you're reviewing those to see if it's even something we should address on here. I know one of them, Onsi, gave feedback already via email.
Okay.
The other one I don't think has been answered. But tomorrow, Coding with Sam is back at 9 a.m. Eastern. And I know I keep pushing the Slack community, but another benefit to being in that community is this afternoon, I will release the topic that I am talking about tomorrow morning. So if you want to know what's happening on Coding with Sam, you might want to be in that Slack community. Just so you,
very cool.
Those are the only people who get the tidbit of information. Most of our PM Pro team does not even get that tidbit of information if they are not paying attention to Slack. So there you go. Cool. And then after Coding with Sam, we're back next Thursday. I think it will be I think it's the last open office hours for January. January's been quite the sprint for open office hours. But
we've
Kim,
had a lot of makeup and hair days.
Cool one. So many makeup and hair days. Kim's going to be designing a pricing page that allows you to toggle payments between monthly and annual, which that is always it's like an asked thing of like, how do you do this? And so we're going to see how Kim does it. If we have time, we might dig into a page builder or two, but I think we're just going to do this with Gutenberg, right?
Yeah, I kind of did it loosely, but not too deeply. I can make it prettier for sure, but we're going to be using AI to help us code this. There's going to be JavaScript, which I am not very comfortable with, but we're going to design some pricing pages that have some cool toggles.
All right. I have shared the Slack link for people who are asking. You do have to have at minimum a free PM Pro account. So make sure you're logged into PM Pro website for you to access joining Slack button. We use our content restrictions to hide that if you're not logged in.
Very good. We do. Yeah, one pre-submitted question related to knowing if people are still getting payments from everyone. So if you aren't sure if people are still paying you, you're going to want to look at your members list and the subscriptions tab and these next payment dates. This is a demo site with no active subscriptions, but this would show a date when the next payment is coming. If that is in the past, there's something not configured right. It should always be in the future. The only reason it can be in the past is if they're currently dunning, they're in that phase where their payments are failing and they haven't fully canceled. So if it's way in the past, if it's 2 months in the past, that's too far. that means something is wrong that it's not communicating with. And then as far as the members themselves, let's go through from an order standpoint. I don't think any of these members have orders though. Pay Memberships Pro creates an order at initial checkout. So whatever they pay at checkout, or if it's free with a payment on their next subscription, there will be an order, and then it will create an order for each subsequent recurring charge. So if you have members that only have one order for their first checkout and no recurring orders, then they could still be paying you at the gateway, but Pay Memberships Pro is not talking to your gateway properly. So those would be the issues. A healthy subscription has a future next payment date and an order for every recurring charge that was made. So that's what you want to look at. We are thinking of ways to show people the list of subscriptions that are past due and give some data about that. And those members that kind of have like a lapse and we can't make sense of it. We don't think that they're currently retrying payments, and they're just kind of in an odd state and probably need a manual process to fix them. Someone else asked, what's best to focus on when you're pitching new potential members to join and you only have a limited amount of time? So I don't know if you're doing like streams and you have kind of a elevator pitch you throw in the middle of there and it's time-based, but doing that NPS is going to give you the words your customers use to talk about your product. So what you say about your product and you think might be in line with them, but it might be out of line. And the words that they're actually using as your target audience are the strongest words that you can incorporate into your marketing, whether that's written on your site, written in your emails, or you speak verbally to your audience here. So I would just strongly recommend you to find those long-term loyal people and ask them how they describe and what values they're receiving. And then you just turn that back on the new people. That's my best strategy there. Cool. Thanks, y'all.
That's it.
Oh, cool.
We will
Paul,
see
welcome
you.
to the Slack. We will wave at
Yes.
you at Slack.
Yes, there is an Introduce Us channel that you should get initially dropped into. So introduce yourself. Quinte Landlords, if you're not in there and you have joined, let me know. That way I can introduce you to the business consultant that we know about. I'm sure there's others. I know there's other developers in that as well. So it's really a great place to connect with other PM Pro users, and occasionally the PM Pro team is in there. I'm the community manager, so I just make sure that code of conduct is being fulfilled the way it needs to be fulfilled. And I do try to help out when I can. But
you're a former school teacher, so you got that vibe going.
Yes. Obey the rules.
Cool. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you next Thursday, right? Next Thursday?
Well, we'll be back tomorrow morning at 9 a.m.
Eastern
mind. For Coding with Sam. I'm going to be, I know what I'm doing tomorrow. I just have to finish the work on it and release it to the community. But we'll be back tomorrow morning. Thank you, everybody.
Thanks. Have a great day.